Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Music Mondays podcast. I'm your host, Zom Slays. Welcome, my friends. Happy motherfucking Monday, man. How was your weekend? What's cracking? How's everybody doing? How are we doing, man? What's going down? How's life? How's everything? It is Monday, July 24th, 2024. Or no, June 24th. I'm sorry. We are heading into July, though. June was like relatively fast, but we're here. End of June. We're chilling. So, I had a pretty insane weekend, man. Everything is actually fucking nuts right now, behind the scenes. So bear with me. Dry my eyes, what's good? I hope you're well. Welcome on in, my friend. Happy motherfucking Monday. Let's get it. Um, so yeah, let's talk, man. So we're gonna get over some weekly recap jazz. Um, we're gonna talk about what's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next week or so, and a lot of other good jazz as well. I have a pretty interesting discussion segment that I think we can get into. Doing well. Let's fucking get it, baby. Okay, that's what I like to hear. Nice little chill Monday. So yeah, let's talk, man. All right. So, weekly recap. Let's talk about what's going on at Music Mondays over the course of the last week or so. So, Music Mondays basic logo t-shirts are in stock at limited quantities right now. So make sure you hit us up and let us know if you need a basic Music Mondays logo tee, because we still do have smalls, mediums, and larges left. So just send us a message and we'll be happy to get that shipped out for you. We have Gone Bananas coming in with a tier 1 for 37 months. 37 months is actually crazy. Like, actually crazy. Holy shit. Well, let's fucking get it, King. Thank you so much. I hope you're well. We'll talk later this week for sure. Definitely. Gotta catch up. Okay, so basic logo tees are available right now. Early access Patreon content is available right now on the Music Mondays Patreon. We pretty much upload everything early over there, including articles, playlists, website updates. A whole lot of really good stuff is over there, man. So huge shout out to our Patreon crew as well. Dry My Eyes, Blank Dot, Ryuki, King Mark, Kruger, and everybody else who follows the Patreon as well. You guys are amazing. Jordan as well, everybody. So you guys are great. So early access content is live. We opened SoundCloud Sunday submissions on Wednesday, and we rolled into Thursday with a brand new YouTube upload. Last week I spoke a little bit about the new season format. So we're going to be doing 10 episodes per season instead of like 25. Nothing is really changing in the schedule because we're still going to be live every single Monday. But how we do seasons is going to be a little bit shorter because I want to do something that actually gives them more of a purpose other than just being a number, right? Like season 5 and 6 is great and you know, all that wonderful stuff. That's totally fine. But it's like, what are the highlights of season 5, right? Or like, what are the highlights of season 6, or top 10 artists of season 6, top 10 submissions and reactions, right? So that YouTube upload where I explain that is available right now on our channel. So definitely go check that out. And of course, make sure you go show YouTube some love, man. We are 2 subs away from 280. So make sure you go show the channel and are some love, baby. Let's get it. Okay. So, brand new YouTube upload is live now, and then we rolled into Friday with Curing Cases of the Mondays Collection 2. That went live on Friday. Huge shout out to everybody that submitted a track, got accepted, everybody who ran it up, everybody who showed support. The album went fucking fantastic. All the songs are like pushing 200-300 plays. Like, everything's going really good. So I'm really happy that everybody like genuinely enjoyed the album. Because it's that real raw like underground experience, right? It's so many different varieties and different genres and different aspects. So I love Curing Case of the Mondays, and that's just a great concept. So expect collection 3 to happen soon enough. But collection 2 is out right now, so make sure you go show that some love and all these artists some love. Absolutely. So that was collection 2, and of course we actually rolled into Friday with a brand new article. M. Bischoff, our Music Monday staff writer, actually came through with a wonderful review. Short, sweet, to the point, so definitely go check that out if you missed it. And go show M some love, man. We got a lot of bangers up there on allmusicmondays.com, so definitely go show the website and M some love for sure. Let's fucking get it, Dry My Eyes. Let's go, baby. I'm mad because I know I missed it. Yeah, nah. It happens, Bananas. It's all good, baby. It happens. No worries. So yeah, brand new articles live right now. That dropped on Friday, so make sure you go show that some love and show M some love as well. Rolling into Saturday, episode 178 of the Music Mondays podcast is available on all platforms right now. Wherever you listen to podcasts, we're there. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon, quite literally everywhere. So go show that some love. And of course, it's available on YouTube right now as we speak. So huge shout out to everybody that submitted to episode 178, and huge shout out to everybody that tuned in and showed love, man. So definitely go show episode 178 some love. That was Saturday, actually. So rolling into Saturday, SoundCloud Sunday. Or no, I'm sorry, rolling into Sunday. SoundCloud Sunday is available right now. We actually dropped that a little bit late, but don't tell anybody. But SoundCloud Sunday Volume 140 is available right now on our SoundCloud. That was curated by me, art by me. Everything else is the usual, man. So huge shout out to everybody that submitted. Now a huge shout out to everybody that ran up. SoundCloud Sunday Volume 140. It is available right now, so go show that some love. Closing in on 150 is fucking crazy, no? Like that is crazy. Again, when we do our Spotify playlist, I don't think I mean, we'll probably still do volumes, but we just won't have like as many playlists, right? So we'll just like keep changing out the playlists and whatnot, but we'll figure that out when we get there. A couple of options floating around in my head on really how I want to how I really want to handle that realistically. So yeah, let's talk. All right, what's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next week or so? Like I said, Current Case of the Mondays Collection 2 is officially out and everywhere. So it's available on SoundCloud and YouTube, of course. But that was a big deal here at Music Mondays, man. That was definitely a big deal. It was one of those, like, I just had to make sure it went right kind of thing. And it went well as possible, to be honest with you. So I'm very happy with the release. Everybody's very happy with the release. So that's great. But next stop, Cyberfest 2. So I've been tossing around some rough dates with the Music Monday staff. See when everybody is like mainly available. Like I was saying, we're mostly thinking a Saturday, so obviously keep your eyes peeled for that. But I don't think it'll be until August, so we have quite some time to fill out some details and get a couple things ready. You know what I mean? So, Cyberfest 2 is going to be on the forefront here relatively soon, and of course we're going to be back on the hunt for some more SoundCloud and YouTube boosts as well. So again, the same grind continues, but our next event is going to be pretty insane, to be honest with you. So I'm excited for it. So I spoke a little bit about Cyberfest 2 in a recent YouTube upload. So I break down a lot of like those details now. But as the event draws closer, you'll see me talk about it a lot more here. We'll talk about the lineup and things like that. So Cyberfest 2 is definitely on the menu. And of course, Music Monday's basic logo tees are actually being shipped out. We actually have a couple orders to get shipped out. But again, that'll be like kind of like our second side thing that you'll see us talk about here or there for sure. So a couple things going down at the Music Mondays platform, my friends. So very busy, but lots of good stuff nonetheless. So now that our second album is out, again, we're going to start heavily focusing on Cyberfest 2 and actually getting that done this summer, right? So like I said, we're kind of shooting for like an August-ish release. So that'll be very, very, very important. But let's see here. So that's what's coming up all over the course of the next like month or so. Really just ironing out Cyberfest stuff for July, and then hopefully hosting the event in August. Gathering up a lineup too is going to be very important, but all that's coming over the course of the next couple of weeks. And of course, your monthly and weekly content will stay the same. Your articles, your playlists, pretty much everything is going to stay the same. So make sure you stay tuned. Follow Music Mondays on all platforms, and definitely stay prepared because we have a lot of really good shit coming. So, all right, let's continue on. That's what's coming over the course of the next like couple weeks or so, next like month or so, and then of course, Music Mondays is recruiting. That's one thing I always mention and gotta mention real quick. We are on the hunt for writers, journalists, designers, curators, anybody who's interested in being a part of the Music Mondays platform for any of those following roles. And we actually have a role guide available on our YouTube channel where I kind of break down a lot of the roles in like greater detail. So if that's something that interests you, definitely go show that some love and go check that out for sure. And of course, Music Mondays is back on the hunt for SoundCloud exclusives, especially now that the album is out. So again, if you're interested in getting a SoundCloud unreleased track, we're only interested in unreleased tracks. So again, if you're interested in that, definitely send us a message. Of course, feel free to do whatever you like with the release afterwards. We're only interested in the SoundCloud archive version of it, right? So make sure you just let us know and let us know your plan because we'd love to have that and host it, promote it for free across all of our platforms. So yeah, that'll be one thing. And of course, YouTube as well. If you're interested in getting a YouTube video, audio, anything like that hosted, Definitely let us know. Of course, hosted and promoted for free by us. And of course, uploaded on our channel of almost 300 subscribers. So keep your eyes peeled for that, and let us know if you're interested in a YouTube or SoundCloud exclusive. So, those couple things out the way, very important. Always got to let everybody know about that. But I do have one discussion segment that I want to talk about here before we get into some reactions and reviews, right? Because that's what's up next. Actually, let me go get my water before we dive in here, because I feel like this next topic is going to be pretty interesting, if I do say so myself. All right, got the water. We got the water. We got it all. So, today's discussion topic, gonna be a relatively interesting one, right? Kind of came up with this one on the fly, and we haven't spoke about this a lot here on the channel or on the show. And the thing that we're gonna talk about is loyalty, right? I think loyalty and the music scene and the underground scene kind of go hand in hand, right? You're either going to meet somebody who's like super loyal and dedicated to your work, even if they're like an artist mutual or they're a supporter. Then you're going to meet people that just aren't dedicated to certain things, right? And I think loyalty is something that needs to be a little bit more discussed here, right? Because you see a lot of people talk about certain aspects of loyalty, right? When it comes down to like, I'm so loyal, you're my bro, this, that, and the third. And then sometimes things just go left, right? Or they go right or whatever. And I think one thing that a lot of people fail to realize is a lot of problems with loyalty and dedication are very fixable, right? I think it's a very like hard area to get into when it comes to like a full-time career. Even streamers and YouTubers, same thing, right? Because you have to be very dedicated and you have to be very loyal. If anything, you have to be loyal to your craft, right? You have to be loyal to the art. So it really starts there. And when it comes down to having mutuals and artist friends and people that you're loyal to or X, Y, or Z, and people like crashing out or falling out, I just think a lot of these crash outs and a lot of these issues that arise um, can be easily solved, right? And there's a lot of people that kind of go through this thing where it's like certain stuff just isn't that big of a deal, right? Like not a lot of stuff like you need to crash out about. Like at the end of the day, like a lot of stuff is very fixable. Like there's only like three lines that you don't cross with people, right? It's the personal attacks, it's the attacks on the family, and it's the money thing. Don't fuck with any of that. But if it doesn't have anything to do with those three, friends, family, money, or like personal shit, then what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like a lot of problems outside of those are easily resolved for almost any situation. I mean, you could even apply it to like any friendship. You could literally take music and art out of this equation and it's still gonna apply. You know what I mean? So I see people like crashing out over like really dumb shit and making very like interesting choices when it comes to their career. And it's like tough to see, but it's like, at the end of the day, you could always lead the horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And that goes for everybody, right? Your friends, your family, whatever. You know what I mean? So some people just have like this set, you know, um, vision and mindset that they want to achieve. And sometimes people just become catalysts and it really starts to get relatively dicey. You know what I mean? So um yeah, man, I just think loyalty all in all is very important. And I think like me personally, like I'm not willing to like sacrifice my loyalty for anything, really. To be honest with you, I think being loyal to people has always been something that's like in my blood, right? So anytime when somebody like in my circle is going through something, or I go through anything, or I see somebody like from a third point of view go through something, it's like really crazy. You know what I mean? It like it's really crazy, and it's like, man, like loyalty is just everything, bro. Like your friends, your family, and this is just for anybody out there who's like willing to crash out over anything, or is like considering just overthinking shit. just know that most problems can be solved outside of emotion, right? I think being emotional is like a real big issue. So that's one thing, man, that I just like, you got to leave emotions out of it. You know what I mean? Like, you really got to leave emotions out of a lot of situations, or just address it properly. You know what I mean? Like a lot of shit like isn't worth losing like family or friends over. Because like I said, it really only goes back to like the big three. If it's money, family, friends, personal shit. Outside of that, it's like, of course, like, we can solve whatever. You know what I mean? Like, anything can be worked through. So for anybody that does um kind of think in that direction and really want to crash out sometimes, just remember that most problems are easily solvable. And if you feel yourself getting emotionally angry, sad, this, that, and the third, just remove yourself. You know what I mean? Because like, even in The Godfather, like, The Godfather literally has a line that talks about acting on emotion. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't want to act on emotion. It's just not a good thing. Whether it's anger, whether it's sadness, it could be anything. You know what I mean? So that's one thing I definitely want people to take from that. I think a lot of problems are solvable, and you should try to solve them for sure. So that'll definitely be uploaded on the Music Mondays channel. Definitely subscribe if you haven't already. We upload 2 times a week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, whole lot good jazz. So go show the channel and you start some love, baby. Let's get it. Hi YouTube, let's fucking get it, baby. Um, yeah, just a quick tangent there that I kind of wanted to just air out a little bit, and just speak a little bit on. But yeah, kind of a more like heavy-hearted topic, but no worries. We're gonna roll back into some more regular shit here. So, you guys know the drill. Let's go into some reactions and reviews, man. So, bada bing, bada boom. You guys know the drill there. All right, let's pop it open. How we doing? I think it made sense. Yeah, it's really one of those things as to where, like, I just feel like in general, like, people really gotta like relax a little bit. You know what I mean? Sometimes, like, even myself, like, I'm very guilty of like tweaking out sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, we're all human, right? Like, but at the end of the day, like, when it comes to like your work and your career, like, you gotta take that shit serious. You don't want to like have all this emotion when it comes to like certain shit. So, but yeah, you guys know the drill, man. Let's get into it. People definitely need to chill. Yeah, it's like chill out a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, just a little bit, especially over like smaller problems. Um, just a little shit. But you guys know the drill. Tweets are in the same format every single week, and they always read. Artists and creatives submissions are open for live reviews on Music Mondays live on June 24th, 2024 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is here and now. If you'd like to submit your music, artwork, fashion, or digital creations, drop your links and portfolios below. Twitch.tv/songplays. Of course, you guys know the drill. Contrary to our name, Music Mondays, we've pretty much reacted to everything here on the show. From obviously instrumentals and vocals, to photography, to videography, to YouTube edits, to poetry, to designs, to merch, to fashion. Like, you name it, we've reacted to it, man. So feel free to drop any type of link here, despite our name, because we've pretty much got it all here on the show. For our show limit, as you guys know, this is something that we brought in like last year as to where we just wanted to make the show a little bit more palatable, right? And we are one of the only live weekly shows here on Twitch, like every single Monday. So we want to just relieve a little bit of the pressure on the staff when it comes down to these like more longer shows, right? So very important there. And of course, submissions are free. They always have been free. They always will be free. The only thing that we ask is that you're following Music Mondays on Twitter to be eligible. Again, that not only helps spread our message, right, and help grow our platform, but again, it pays respect to everybody else that does submit every single week and waits for their submissions to be reacted to. That's one of the logics behind that. But other than that, of course, you gain like an access to a wonderful network of creators. So kind of a win-win. But again, submissions are always free. They always have been, and they always will be. So that's the only thing that we do ask is that you're following Music Mondays on Twitter before you submit. Patreon subscribers get played first every single week here on the show. So if you're subscribed to the Music Mondays Patreon at any tier, whether it be basic or the premium tier, you gain access to the Music Mondays Fast Pass. So for the duration that you're pledged to the Patreon, you have the chance to have your submissions get played first every single week here on the show. So again, if you subscribe to the Patreon tonight, you would have the next 4 weeks or so to have your submissions played first every single week. And of course, in addition to so many other goodies over on the Patreon. So definitely go show the Patreon and our Patreons some love. You guys are amazing. Thank you. So, let's see. That's the basics. Outside of that, submissions do close about a couple hours before the show starts. just to get really like a head count and see what we're working with. And of course, we don't want anybody like super late coming in and like really messing up the order and things like that. So just keep that in mind when it comes to submissions. You have roughly about like 6 days or so to actually get your tracks in. I mean, technically it is 7 days, but I like to say six because like realistically, like we stop submissions today. You know what I mean? And then of course live tomorrow. You guys know the drill. But if you don't, submissions will go live tomorrow. So they are quite literally closed right now. So a good rule of thumb: if the show's live, submissions are probably closed. But again, you have plenty of time to submit anything you'd like to submit over the course of the next week or so. So again, just keep that in mind. Submissions for episode 170, no, 180. We're actually on 180 next week. Submissions for episode 180 will be live tomorrow. So keep your eyes peeled. Make sure you follow Music Mondays on socials. So, outside of that, I think we're good to go, man. I actually have a detailed guide as well on Music Monday submissions, why we take submissions through Twitter, etc., 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 where I go into more detail about that. So if that's something that interests you, definitely go check out the channel because I kind of break it down in more of like a detailed way for sure. So, let's see what we got here this week. We're gonna run through our Patreons first, and then we're gonna go through the rest of the community and see what the dealio is. So we have one Patreon there with the homie Jordan. Dry My Eyes, that's two. Okay, so two Patreons tonight, and then we're gonna wrap it up with the rest of the community submit. So we'll go Jordan first, Dry My Eyes next, and we're solid. So up next, we got the homie Jordan, a very, very talented vocalist, producer, literally engineer, artist, you name it, a artist of all trades for sure, absolutely. But they've had a stellar 2024. Lots of really great projects, lots of really great collabs. But they submitted a track titled Element, Something to Prove, Prod Dead Lighters. Element number 3, Something to Prove, Prod Dead Lighters. I'm with it. Popped open a new tabaroonie. See what we got. I am down for the cause. Give it a quick pause. Cover is actually fucking crazy per usual. Like these faceless kind of, it's crazy. We'll absolutely talk about it. Okay, so let's get into it. Jordan, Element number 3, Something to Prove. Let's go. Demo that may never see the light of day. Instrumental from a new Dead Lighters instrumental project. Oh shit! All right, lock in.
Since I started taking lithium,
just about as heavy as I've ever been. Everything I said getting said again. Talking to myself now, checking in. So I'll never feel too out my element. Just picked up, they sent the meds again. So I'll never get too out my element. At this point, I forgot what it was helping with. But I remember seeing the light when I closed my eyes. When I closed my eyes, couldn't feel right, like no place to hide. It was night and I was begging for the light of day. If I was right, that means R&B was outside. This time and place, thought I would have to change. Thought I should hide my face, felt like it was a phase. But I'ma be this way till I can't be this way. Don't like to feel insane, don't mind it when it rains. No time, I can't explain just why I push this weight, this rock up to the same damn spot. Like every day it drops back to the base. I'm not the type to fade. I hate to quit today and be one day away. Look the other way, I guess that is okay. Just look the other way, like that make things okay. Look the other way, I guess that is okay. Just look the other way, like that makes things okay. Just about as heavy as I've ever been. Everything I said getting
This is actually nuts.
talking to myself now, checking in. So I don't ever feel too out my element.
So ethereal and like very ambient. Very ambient. Really great structure too. Absolutely no dry spots here at all. Just felt natural. The guitar is just has this like flavor to it that's like so natural, you know what I mean? Because like when you like quantize certain shit, it takes away that kind of like natural feel to certain stuff. You can tell that this is very like it's super personal. Um, all right, so you guys know the drill. Let's get into it. We're talking about three things here because it's crazy. So we're gonna talk about the instrumental, vocals, and we're talking about the overall theme of element number three of the proof. Hmm. Instrumental is actually crazy. This might be one of the most unique, but not like experimental. It's just very unique, right? Like you're not gonna hear a lot of instrumentals like this just kind of casually digging for music, right? This is a very like special kind of instrumental. Um, so with that said, the mix is fantastic. Like I said, very ambient, very ethereal, very ghost graveyardish. Like it has this nighttime kind of feel to it. Um, so I'm big on the mix. And again, nothing clashing to overbearing. Nothing that like stuck out to me that was like doing too much. All the melodies were great. Vocals sat nice. I didn't think there was any gripes with this at all, to be honest with you. Um, so instrumental mix solid. Instrumental shining star. I mean, the structure's up there. The structure's really up there. Like I could go the obvious answer and go with the melodies because the melodies are really like the star of the show here, especially when it comes to the instrumental. But I'm big on structure. I mean, this is a 4 minute track, so if you're not structuring it properly, sometimes they get a little weird. But I feel like Jordan really knows how they like to structure certain shit, and it doesn't get repetitive. It doesn't feel loopy. You know what I mean? So, I think we're gonna go with structure just because I feel like that's an underrated pick. To be honest with you, so I'm big on structure. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix, very much like the instrumental, has this ambient, ethereal kind of flavor to it, much like last week's track, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like last week's track was like really just like this almost. Not like the song itself, but the vocal mix was very similar. And which I think is great, especially for this kind of style, right? Like we've we've reacted to enough Jordan to understand like their versatility. But when it comes to this particular style that they do, I feel like this vocal mix really fits it. Like really, really fits it. So vocal mix definitely right where it needs to be. Again, nothing clashing to overbearing. Definitely sit well with the melodies. Nothing thinking back on it that was a bit off or anything like that. Because like I said, I'm big on this like ethereal feeling that this whole track gives you, like as a whole, right? So that's what's important. But um, vocal mix very solid. Vocal shining star. Um, mm, hmm. There's a lot I like here, right? You talk about writing, even just like the flow and cadence and delivery was really up there too. It has this like poetic esque melodic style. Mm, you know, I kind of want to say writing, but probably flow and cadence and delivery. It really drove home that like ambient feel. It really did, but it was still very much like heavy emotion. Like it wasn't like super ambient. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like soft. It was very much like the ambience mixed with the emotion. So it makes for like a heavy track. Feels like the mist or like humidity outside almost. So yeah, instrumental solid. Definitely the structure. Vocal solid, flow, cadence, and delivery. Let's talk theme. Element number three, something to prove. Aesthetics. I mean, Michael is such a great artist that we've seen Jordan work with for well over a year now, right? And also their duo at the same time. So they always kill it. And I'm sure they come up with like a lot of concepts like together, right? But Michael's a star show here when it comes down to um most of their artwork, right? And this one, again, with these like faceless characters that have become so synonymous with Deadlighters and Jordan, is just super cool to see that they actually still keep up with this. And I love these pieces, to be honest with you, because they double as like actual art, but they're great for covers too, right? Because it's not like a big, like interesting, extravagant piece, right? It's very personal. So like a lot of fine detail, right? Like I mean, like even like the more you look at it, like it looks like the room is molding. You know what I mean? And then like you see the string on the floor, and then the headphones in. Like there's a lot of small details here, as to where if you like actually start looking at it, you're like, oh shit, it's actually hard as fuck. You know what I mean? So Art definitely gets my approval. Absolutely. Overall theme. Now, this is definitely a mix of certain feelings, right? Because something to prove also kind of relates to being in your element. So when it comes to element number 3 slash element to prove, it's very much on that like I'm gonna stay up and get what I want, but also like again very acknowledgeable of the past and like how it's been stored almost, right? Like looking back on the storage of life, if you will, and kind of mixing it with like present day is always such a crazy feeling. You know what I mean? And it invokes this like something to prove, you know, like in my element, like I'm locked the fuck in kind of feel. But when you consider like the ambient kind of feel, it's like okay, like you're getting the best of both worlds here from Jordan, and they really mastered how to like hit this sweet spot of like really poetic esque like alternative rap mixed with like some real powerful emotions that everybody can relate to. You know what I mean? So, well done, my friend. Well done. Make sure you go follow Jordan on SoundCloud. They are 2 followers, or no, they are 4 followers away from 80. So go get them to 80, man. Go show them some love there in the cloud. And of course, make sure you follow Jordan on Twitter. They are 6 followers away from 440. So love over there in the bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. So, continuing on. Let's get into it. Huge shout out to Jordan. Our other Patreon of the night is the homie Dry My Eyes. I am fucking with it. So again, this is an artist who's very, very consistent, singles after singles after singles. They were just featured on Curing Cases of the Mondays collection too. This is an artist, man, who has just been working their ass off in 2024 for sure. But Dry My Eyes submitted a track titled Greatness. Let's see what we got here. I believe they actually slid me this private link, but by the time I went to go listen to it, I saw it was already submitted for the show. So I was like, let me not spoil this, and we're gonna get a raw, real live reaction here now. So, beat by 3 Mass, missing lyrics at Vox Dry My Eyes. A little lyrics in description. Okay. I'm down. Okay. Dry My Eyes, Greatness, Prod, The Mask, or 3 Mask. Let's go.
I'm not especially great, I'm not eccentric. They will claim my ass is a tank, I've never lent it. Say I'm not obsessive, attained it when on acid. I used to send them my complaints, I know I has been. That's that shit. My word is pennies, I'm dollar passion. I give a solid, they wanna liquidate knowledge. I hear the silent, the columns, I hear the sirens are coming. This is my home and a house today. This is my sound and we will constantly break it. Ask room for some Hasley wakes, and that's true. If you ask a lot, might have some room takes about you. Get them all canceled, I'm a piece of my castle. And it was hard in these streets, but it's so easy to dance. And they want my deeds in the trash, when they hold my reasons for ransom. The truly evil extends and the sin and that shit it cancer.
Oh my god.
Damn, that this passes a natural. You don't gotta stand by the bash with a natural. Ever match with the actual, never last with a rational folks. Ever dash for a throne of magical lows. Rest in tune, I don't think so. That's what I do when it's true, but I don't think so. I won't run it slow. I just met with Zoom, little boom, and the game's overdue when it takes low. I am not especially great, I'm not eccentric. They will claim my ass as a tank, I'm never last.
Holy shit.
I'm not obsessive, attained it when on acid. I used to send them my complaints, I know I has been. And that's that shit. My word is pennies, I'm dollar passions. I give a solid, they wanna liquidate knowledge. I hear the silent, the columns, I hear the sirens are coming. Kick this shit to overdrive. Let me listen sober high. I did that shit, did it overtime. And I mean overtime. In a lower life, every single night. Not overnight. And I said so, then it's soon in the sunlight. Innocence proved to be loose when the fun's right. Don't you get outside? It's your Bud Light. If you want some, get moving. We are outside. Bitch, you're right around side. You a loud eye, but you're not gonna get no with your mouth high. If you wanna sing about the moolah, you have now time. It just will always be the key. It's your highlight. Living was the highlight. In a line right. Balls with the moles and the light bulb. Get somewhere at home with the horse and the mind. All over my soul with the clothes and the microphone.
Oh my. Holy shit. Great outro too. Like a really great outro. Yeah, that prod did such a good job, man. Such a good job. Okay. So you guys know the drill. Let's get into it because this is crazy. Lots to discuss here. So we're gonna talk about three things. We're gonna talk about the instrumental. We're gonna talk about vocals, and we're gonna talk about the overall theme of greatness. So, instrumental. I love Dry My Eyes' choices. Like every time, no matter who the prod is, I feel like their choice of instrumental is always super fire. It just rides this line of like alt rock and like pure hip hop, right? So, um, the great choices here, in my opinion. Instrumental mix, very solid. Not really a surprise because this is an artist who has a really consistent mix. And usually work with producers that also have a really consistent mix. Not really a shocker, but something you always want to point out, right? Um, so yeah, for those of you that are new here, yeah, this is a very consistent mix and not really a shocker, but you always got to point out. So, instrumental mix, or no, instrumental shining star. Um, the melody is such a star player here. You know what I mean? Like the melody is really a star. But the drums keep up this grit that's just really, really crazy. Um, and the drums keep it very fast paced too. Um, hmm. You know, probably the melody, just because I feel like it leaves such an impact. I feel like the melody leaves like a very much like theatric kind of impact for what Dry My Eyes really follows up with vocals. So probably the melody, to be honest with you. But the drums are a close second. I mean, structure's up there too, though. Um, but yeah, definitely melody for sure. So instrumental solid. Um, let's talk vocals. Vocal mix. Um, hmm, fantastic. To be honest with you, like no gripes thinking back on it. You know what I mean? Like again, this is an artist who has a really consistent mix when it comes to their vocals and a lot of their like other styles. So here we see it really shine, right? Because it's this mix of like natural, like a very like natural mix, but it still has a lot of like the grit and like it's very much like where it's supposed to be for this kind of style. And of course, it's all preference really at the end of the day. So that's really why I don't like go crazy on mixes, right? Because certain shit is just like a very much like a creative direction kind of thing, right? But of course, there is like a quality question too. So when it comes to the quality, fantastic, you know. Um, so vocal mix, very solid. Um, vocal shining star. Um, hmm. Flow and cadence is really fucking up there. This was like 2+ minutes of straight flow. Like I feel like the flow has got to be something that leaves like a long lasting impact on the first listen. Writing is really crazy too, but flow and cadence and delivery is like holy shit. You know what I mean? Like it even puts like more of an emphasis on the writing itself, right? Like I totally think that's valid. Totally. So definitely flow and cadence and delivery for sure. Okay, so instrumental, very solid. Definitely the melody. Vocal solid, definitely the flow and cadence and delivery. Let's talk theme. So, aesthetics. This is another fantastic one. I think not last week, but the week before, we spoke about Dry My Eyes and how their covers are almost like real like IRL collages that are just like slightly edited, right? And they have this aesthetic to them that's like so fucking rare. It's like really crazy. It just has this like crazy like underground feel to it. You know what I mean? Like it's just really nuts. So this one absolutely fantastic. Like they just match the song so well. You know what I mean? Like truly matches the song so well. So aesthetics absolutely on point. Overall theme greatness. So there is a couple of hidden themes in here that I think Dry My Eyes kind of comes through, but this is also very much a lyrical showcase, right? Especially like towards the end. Very much showing their writing skill when it comes to like actually being a vocalist, right? And then how it's laid down is so like it's so in your face, you know what I mean? Like it's really in your face. So that's one thing I really love about this is like it's got this mix of like emotion but Dry My Eyes is very much like a rapper's rapper. Like they very much can rap, you know. So they're blending a couple styles here. And I think one thing that you really need to take from this is the lyrical ability, right? I think the lyrical showcase here is fantastic for sure, because you could get a couple themes from this, but I wouldn't overthink it. I would definitely just appreciate the lyrical ability here for sure. So with that said, make sure you go follow Dry My Eyes on SoundCloud. They are one follower away from 90 followers over there on the cloud. And of course, make sure you follow them on Twitter. They are 10 followers away from 70. So make sure you go show them some love over there on the Bird app. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. You guys know the drill, man. We upload 2 times a week, every Thursday, every Saturday, full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, whole lot of good jazz over there. So make sure you go show these artists and the channel some motherfucking love. And we got Pleasantly coming in with a motherfucking 41 months. That is crazy. Thanks for blessing us with another banger episode. Thank you for coming through and showing a little bit of love, man. I appreciate you. Thank you. You're a king. Thank you so much. And we'll be talking later tonight for sure. Absolutely. And you're very welcome. Huge shout out to Dry My Eyes. Thank you so much for your submission, my friend. Let's fucking get it. That was by far one of the craziest ones. Like, for sure. Like, not even a question. Okay, so that was our 2 patrons of the night. Huge shout out to Jordan and huge shout out to Dry My Eyes. Thank you guys so much for not only being Music Mondays patrons, but submitting your tracks for all of us to enjoy, man. So huge shout out to all you guys. Let's fucking get it. So, let's hop back into community submissions, my friends. I am down. Let's see here. So, up next we got the homie Sam's Raps, but they actually submitted at 5:33, and submissions closed at 5:11. So we're going to skip through and get through the rest of the community submissions, but if we have time later, we're going to wrap back around to the homie Sam's Raps. Okay, so let's see here. Up next is the homie Johnny Smoke. It's been a couple weeks since we heard from the homie Johnny. Definitely a very, very, very interesting vocalist for sure, and they submitted a track titled Stick It to the Man. Let's see what we got here. Pop it open, a new tab. Let's see. So okay, so super new. Let's get into it. Johnny Smoke, Stick It to the Man. Let's go.
You've got an idea for the record? Pick up where you left off. Start where you will. I'm not sure you can. Oh, I'm not sure you can or know how. I take you to be a fan. Take you as one that would do what they can. But it's all that I've said. They're saying
Oh, shit.
don't play. But I'm telling you, it's just all that could have been for some other kid willing to sacrifice, and they are holding me back. What's next? I had a plan that was better than your plan, Dad. I had learned a few things that I thought would benefit other people to know, people I love or would, and I needed some time, I needed some assets, nothing too crazy, just a pen and a pad. I can't assume they already know what I've come to know, for I've come and gone. You better hope I gave you what you wanted. I hope it's peace or solace. Hope it's a lot of what we got for any kid who might need a life as a human just to feel what it means to be honored. Sex is all working together autonomously. I ain't gonna be the reason the ship sinks today. I ain't gonna be the reason we meet our defeat today. Down the line, when I charge my debts to the games that I hate. Yeah, in this world I live to change. So charity from a child ain't so tough for them to share. So I commit my charity to the children that have it too tough to bear. But fight because they sense some love in the air. Wish I had money. Wish all had something like the right idea. Wish I steered myself clear of defeat. But all I do is pays and thanks. But reservation to be with family at any time should be a reality we come to know. And sometimes it takes being on your own. Sometimes it's friends with all their hopes that will keep us moving. And if I can stick it to the man, well, you can stick it to the man. And if I see you stick it to the man, well, I'll know we've stuck it to the man. I know if I take it for granted, you don't get a grade when you die. You can't get a grade when you die. But I can't help but know I need money for a ride. To observe life that we've all got in our minds. All this dreaming that I've done, and tonight I'll dream again if all goes well. How it should, how we would have it for us. Won't want it for me, because I want it for you. I need it for you and I. Yeah, I might be there first. Thanks to who? The luxuries we have. Well, the future has something to do with them being utilized by humanity to their fullest extent. So where have you been? What do you have? What do we have for you? It ain't nothing but a clue. So it does not matter who's feeling blue, because it's only that we get to you. Express some vigor and thought, and tell me that you really done all that you wanted. What a beautiful thing. What a beautiful thing.
Okay, so let's talk about it, because you guys know the drill. I have an interesting take about this mix, so we're definitely gonna talk about the mix. But other than that, I've always loved Johnny's like choice of instrumentals too. Like they have these like classic rock-esque kind of instrumentals that are like really heavily dipped in like him like super like hip hop influence. You know what I mean? So such a very interesting kind of style for sure. So let's talk instrumental. Instrumental mix, very solid to be honest with you, especially the guitar. The drums are solid, nice and even. Nothing like really like super clashy or anything like that. Nothing that was like over the top or like, you know, standing like out, you know. So yeah, instrumental mix definitely super solid. Instrumental shining star is, man. Drums kept up the pace for sure, but I feel like the melody is something you really take away from. Like the melody again just has that like classic feel. I feel like the melody is very much long lasting for sure. It'll leave an impact. So instrumental solid. Definitely the melody. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix. I mean, Johnny literally has everything down but the vocal mix, right? Like their flowing cadence is there, their writing's there, everything is there. It's this double effect of like the layering or whatever effect is on these vocals that gives it this like overly kind of like dry sound almost. Like it sounds very dry. You know what I mean? And I think that's one thing that they tend to keep doing with other songs, right? But I do feel like they would get like a lot cleaner kind of style out if they went like a different direction with mixing, right? Because it just has this like very like dry is really the way I could put it realistically. So outside of that though, like I've always liked it, right? Because like I said, their writing's on point. Their flowing cadence is always there. You know what I mean? So it's just that one aspect of it. I feel like would just really elevate the shit out of it for sure. So vocal mix solid for what it is, right? Vocal shining star. Probably writing. Johnny can write their ass off for sure. Like they know how to write, definitely, whether it be a story or how they're feeling or X, Y, or Z. Especially this one, sticking to the man, right? Like it's definitely a journey here for sure. So, absolutely writing, definitely. So instrumental solid, definitely the melody. Vocal solid, definitely the writing. Let's talk theme. So this this accurate picture has been like their cover for like fucking ever, and it's so funny. It definitely keeps up the consistency, but a new cover would definitely add like a little bit of personality here, right? For sure. But the cover is always funny, always funny. So aesthetics, they're there. Overall theme. So thing is with Johnny is like they can write their ass off. Like I said, they really can write their ass off. You know what I mean? Like they know what they want to say, how they want to say it, and actually like writing. Like so that's one of those things as to where like Johnny's storytelling is always great. You know, it's always from like A to B kind of feel with a lot of their songs, and especially this one, right? Like it's literally about sticking it to the man. You know, not really caring about people who bring you down, right? Or try to prevent you from doing X, Y, or Z or anything like that, you know? So I think Johnny does a really good job, like, crafting their songs. But they'll do great. Just go back to the lab and work on a few things. You'll be fine. You'll be making bangers back to back, for sure. So let's get it, baby. Huge shout out to Johnny Smoke. Thank you so much for this, my friend. Much love. Make sure you follow Johnny on SoundCloud. They are approaching 1.1K over there on the cloud. And, of course, make sure you follow Johnny on Twitter. They are approaching 1.4K on the Bird app. So go show them some love over there. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube upload. And of course, we upload 2 times a week, so make sure you subscribe to the Music Monday YouTube channel, man. Quite literally 2 times per week. Every Thursday, every Saturday, full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, a whole lot of good jazz is available over there on the channel. And huge shout out to everybody that already has, dropping likes, dropping comments, all that good stuff. Yeah, no, you guys are amazing, bro. Because I see you guys over there showing some love, man. Like, so let's fucking get it, baby. Okay, so we left off with the homie Johnny Smoke. Up next is the homie Single Digits. New single lyric video from my album out July 19th. Thanks. So, for those of you that don't know, Single Digits is a very, very talented alternative artist. And they submitted a brand new lyric video titled Give What You Can Get. So this is very interesting because it's been a while since we've heard from the Single Digits. So I'm definitely curious to see what they've been up to. So this will be good. Single Digits, you give what you can get. Let's go. It's already crazy. Really crazy. That was crazy. Really solid, man. Really, really solid. What the fuck? I mean, the Single Digits is very talented, though. Like, Jesus. I can't believe they destroyed an entire city for their music video. I agree, Drum Eyes. That must have been a lot of money. Reminds me of something for sure. Yeah. It has a lot of flavors to it. Definitely. Definitely has a lot of flavors to it. But, you guys know the drill. Let's get into it. We're going to talk about 3 things. We're going to talk about the instrumental. We're going to talk about vocals. And we're going to talk about the overall lyric video, actually. We're going to talk about the lyric. Definitely the lyric video, just because this is a crazy concept. Really, really crazy concept. Okay. It does have that like destruction kind of feel. Like a lot of their tracks are very like they have a lot of energy. You know what I mean? So, um, let's talk instrumental. I mean, instrumental mixes got to be fantastic, bro. Like, there's no. How could I have a gripe with this mix? How could I have a gripe with this mix? Everything is right where it needs to be. Nothing clashing too overbearing. I mean, when you're talking about these live instrument based instrumentals, they are a bitch to mix sometimes. You know what I mean? Or they're just really easy, and you're like, oh, that fits like a glove. You know, sometimes it works out like that too. But when you get a really clear, crisp, and clean mix like this, bro, it's so noticeable, and you're just like, wow, this sounds like just perfect. So, no gripes with this instrumental mix at all. Um, Instrumental Shining Star. Um, hmm. You know, melodies are up there, drums are real solid, but I think the thing that really like put me over the edge here was the structure. I feel like everything was really structured perfectly. Drops came in when they're supposed to. It slowed down when it was supposed to. I feel like there was a lot of attention paid to in the structure here. So for me, definitely got to be structured for sure. Um, so instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. I mean, vocal mix again, much like the instrumental. Like, are we serious right now? You know what I mean? Like, has this like raw, natural feel to it, but again, it's actually got enough processing and things like that on it to give it that crispy kind of feel too. You know what I mean? So we definitely get all of single digits here, but it fits well in the instrumental. It's not really trying to do too much. Even like a lot of the melodic parts are great. You know what I mean? So definitely no gripes with the vocal mix at all. Um, a vocal shining star. Now, writing solid. They always have this like very for the future kind of type of writing, and they're really good at writing songs like this. Like they're very good because it's something that comes from the heart, right? I feel like the Single Digits has had so many great songs like this that just really come from the heart. You know what I mean? So, um, but I think the thing that really like stuck with me after the song stopped was the hook. I think the hook is really catchy. And especially if you're like into this style of music, right? And this is like what you listen to on the regular, like it's very much like alternative direction. You're totally gonna love this for the hook, for sure, 100%. So for me, definitely the hook. Absolutely. So instrumental solid, definitely structure. Vocal solid, definitely the hook. Um, hmm. Let's talk about the lyric video. So the lyric video is something where we've been seeing so many great lyric videos here on Music Mondays, man. Like from Onwuka to there's so many other like really great concepts, but this one has like this darker element to it, right? It's definitely a bit more like modern destruction, much like Dry My Eyes said. I can't believe they destroyed a city for their music video. Yeah, this must have absolutely cost a fortune. Like unbelievable. But I love the use of this footage, but it's not very repetitive, right? I feel like they switch between certain clips um off and on, right? So it's not just like a looping lyric video. Like you still see some like repeat clips, but they don't come in until way like halfway through the song. You know what I mean? So you're kind of getting like a little bit of the same clips, but not really because of the way it's edited. So that's something too that you always got to pay attention to is like really trying to like edit these in a way where you don't just use the same footage over and over again, right? But sometimes it can be hard with certain lyric videos, you know. So for me, Shining Star is definitely the post processing. I love how this is edited. I love the choice, right? I feel like this city destruction esque kind of feel to it totally fits Single Digits absolutely. But all in all, the post processing and how the lyrics come on screen, but how each clip is like actually not repetitive is fantastic. Really great supportive content for anybody's song. You know what I mean? So that's why I always recommend doing things like this for sure. Um, so with that said, huge shout out to the Single Digits. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go sub to their YouTube channel. They're 4 subs away from 50. We are already subs, so make sure you go sub too, man. And of course, make sure you follow Single Digits on Twitter. They are 8 followers. No, I'm sorry, they are 7 followers away from 500. That is a fantastic milestone. 500, baby, let's get it. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube free upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 280 subscribers. We upload 2 times a week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, all that good jazz over there, man. So go show these artists on the channel some motherfucking love, baby. Let's get it. And if you already have, thank you for showing some love to Music Mondays, man. You guys are fucking beautiful people. Thank you. I see you dropping likes, dropping comments, even just viewing the videos. You guys are great, man. fucking get it. So, let's see here. We're about halfway through the show, so we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and when we return, we're gonna dive right back into the rest of our community submissions. Stay tuned, my friends. Don't go anywhere. Make sure you go walk the dog, go get a little smoke break, go get a little snack, drink, anything like that. And when we return, we're diving right back into the regular jazz. Let's get it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Music Mondays podcast. I'm your host, Sam Slays. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are we doing? Hope we had a good quick break, but let's dive back into the rest of our submissions. So, up next, we got the homie Survival, aka Sin, a very, very talented pop artist and a very interesting collab. Okay. Listeners from our debut project, the Listeners EP, reflection of how varying perspectives play a part in life. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for listening. Thank you for your submission, my friend. Let's fucking get it. I'm down. Pop open a new tab. Let's see what we got. All right. Sin listeners with the homie Be Positive. Let's go.
Survival. Be positive.
Can you feel it?
Can you? Check.
Yeah, man.
Check. It's funny how we listen. I've always been one to give it undivided attention, but I knew some who only view that time as intermissions of background noise between the lives that they've been living. My favorite thing to ask is who you listen to. For the most part, it tends to serve as a glance at what music is to you. Something to throw on to do the dishes to, study to, or maybe just a vibe for you to drive or get driven to. I've been driven to extremes by it, trying to make it my life, so I would say my connection is spiritual. However, I can't expect the same if someone think it's lame to see a song as anything other than just to entertain. You probably ran into the same. If I want religion, I go to church. I don't look to artists to get me saved. I remember when that kid Lonzo Ball
That was a
made
crazy
his
bar.
comments about Nas and that the world trying to slam. Well, maybe that's an overstatement, but I was definitely one to shrug and say, how much can you blame him? What's going on in that kid's brain just ain't comparable to your typical peers when they hear memory lane. See, Migos and Future may be the exact thing that he needs to turn up before and after a game, and I can see how Undying Love just might not get it done. It's simple. Every listener is a different one. I guess we can't all be LeBron in our story, son. Half athlete, half hip-hop historian. Still I see cats stuck in DeLoreans, refusing to let the doors up to see what the future has in store for us. And the same for new school coupe drop riders. I'm only concerned with being the new top shotters with no one else in their view, rear or otherwise, clearing the divide where each peers from the other side. Yeah. It's funny how we listen.
Okay.
I've always been one to give it undivided attention, but I learned a long time ago to honor one's opinion, even when they tear it ass wrong. Alright, yo. My name is Survival and Negativity. Call me Sin. The homie Be Positive on the boards. Signing off. Thanks for listening. Word up.
That was crazy. That was definitely crazy. Let's go. Okay. All right. So we're gonna talk about three things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental. We're gonna talk about vocals, and we're gonna talk about the overall theme of listeners. This was great. This was a really great, like, comfy kind of like relaxed kind of vibe for sure. So let's talk instrumental. I love the instrumental choice. Period. Instrumental mix is obviously fantastic. This is an artist, much like a couple of other members in the community, that have a really solid, consistent instrumental mix, but mix in general, so not really a shocker, but something I always want to point out for anybody new. Yeah, no gripes looking back on it, especially with the sample. Like, the sample is super well utilized. So, yeah, definitely big on the mix. No gripes there. Instrumental shining star. I really like the drums here, to be completely honest with you. Like, the melody's great, but the drums bring this, like, old school, modern-esque kind of feel. You know what I mean? So definitely the drums for me, for sure. So instrumental solid. Okay, so let's talk vocals. Vocal mix. Again, much like the instrumental, absolutely fantastic. Nothing clashing to overbearing. Nothing that really, like, stuck out to me that was, like, ultimately super, like, off-putting. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely big on, Sin's regular mix. They've had a really consistent mix, like throughout pretty much every song they've submitted, even like the older ones, man. The older ones from like 2012 and prior. Um, really crazy, really really crazy. So, um, vocal mix absolutely solid. Um, vocal shining star. Um, gotta be the flow and cadence and delivery. Writing is a very close second because there was a lot of bars there that was like, oh shit, you know what I mean? There's a lot of clever stuff here that was great. So, um, but the flow and cadence throughout the whole track was just like, damn, like okay, damn, like so. Probably flow and cadence and delivery for sure. I feel like this was really well executed, 100%. Um, okay, so instrumental solid, definitely the drums, vocal solid, flow, cadence, and delivery. Let's talk theme. Aesthetics, fantastic. Like it has this like old school, if you will, like textbook kind of feel to it, but it also has this like old school hip hop like feel to it as well. So for a full project, I like this direction a lot. Um, and it's pretty much what they described in their description, right? I mean, a reflection of how varying perspectives play a part in how we listen to music. Like, so this is very much like, you could like take a certain song, right? Talking about the theme. So you could like take a certain song and, you could take it one way and use it to like wake up in the morning and go to sleep, right? Like, I think recently we put out a tweet on Music Mondays that was like, what do you listen to before you go to bed? And like, we got so many different types of answers, heavy metal, ambient music, someone said porn. Like, bro, there was a lot of trolly answers. So this is a good like perspective on it, right? Because I do think people listen to music in different ways, right? People listen to music for different reasons. People listen to sad music when they're sad. Sometimes they just listen to sad music because they like it. Some people listen to like really heavy, angry shit all the time and could be like such a sweetheart. You know what I mean? So, what music does for everybody is different for everyone, and it kind of just goes back to the like simple fact that everybody has their own audience. Because music is received differently from everybody. So it's very like very very interesting, and I like this concept a lot. So well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to Sin and Be Positive. Make sure you go follow them on Bandcamp. And of course, make sure you follow Sin on Twitter. They are 7 followers away from 400. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 280 subscribers. We upload 2 times a week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, a whole lot of good jazz over there. So, go show these artists in the motherfucking channel. Some motherfucking love, baby. Let's get it. Okay, so huge shout out to Sin. That was fantastic. Up next, we got the homie A Groovy Mind. It's been a couple of weeks since we heard from the homie Groovy Mind. Definitely been a couple of weeks for sure. Maybe even like a month. It's been quite some time, but a very very talented producer, A Groovy Mind, submitted Short Term Memory Loss, a song about turning into a werewolf. Oh shit. Okay, we're getting jiggy with it. Werewolf time. I'm down. All right, let's get into it. Groovy Mind, Short Term Memory Loss. Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay. Your vibes. Oh shit.
Hello? Is there somebody there?
I was not expecting a beat switch.
Can you hear me? I'm scared. Oh my god!
Interesting. I like the switch. I feel like the switch definitely made like the second half very interesting, for sure. Well done. Well done. Fantastic. Very interesting. I mean, I would say like it is slightly a bit long, but other than that, I think it's fine, to be honest with you. I mean, it does push like almost 5 minutes, right? So it is on the longer end. But when it comes to an instrumental, you can really get away with that as long as you structure it right. That's why I feel like the beat switch was like perfectly placed. You know, it definitely like gave this an extra push for sure. Let's talk about it, man. We're gonna talk about two things. We're gonna talk about the instrumental, and we're gonna talk about the overall theme of short-term memory loss. So, instrumental mix, solid, definitely solid, especially with everything going on, right? Drums, melodies, switches, even the beat switch was crazy. Definitely no gripes with the mix at all. Definitely not. Nothing clashing too overbearing. Nothing that really like stuck out to me that was like crazy, you know. Super well done. Super well done when it comes to the mix. Everything's super even. Fantastic. Um, instrumental shining star. Drums are up there, but I feel like structure is really what gave this like such a crazy push. Definitely. Um, so for sure structure for me. Definitely. Like I said, drums and melodies were up there, but the structure is what really made this worth it for sure. So instrumental solid, definitely structure. Let's talk theme, aesthetics, short-term memory loss. I mean, kind of has this like tattoo flashy kind of feel to it. I love the like the simplicity of this, right? You know, you have AGM on the top right. You have like the claw coming through, which is obviously symbolism for the werewolf, right? And then short-term memory loss in the bottom right. So I really feel like this is like such a like a ode to like those like horror esque like tattoos, right? Right? Those like flashy ones that are like really solid. So I like this a lot. Um, perfect for a single, right? So overall theme is obviously a song about a werewolf, right? And I think they did really well supporting that, especially as a producer, right? So when it comes to themes for producers, you don't do vocals, right? Especially, well, I mean, some do, but for those that don't do vocals, you only have your instrumental to really, you know, explain your theme. So I think explaining your theme here is something that's like somewhat harder a little bit, but I think a Groovy Mind really like went above and beyond to like use proper samples and really like think about how this could turn out. You know what I mean? So theme is very much on point. I like all the little stuff that really like supported this. So well done, my friend. Well done. Make sure you go follow Groovy Mind on SoundCloud. They are 9 followers away from 60. And of course, make sure you follow Groovy Mind on Twitter. They are approaching 1.1K on the Bird app. So make sure you go show them some love over there. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 280 subscribers. We upload 2 times a week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, whole lot of good stuff's available over there, gentlemen. So we'll show these artists in the channel some motherfucking love, baby. Let's get it. And if you already have, thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays, my friends. Much love. Let's get it. So, okay, we left off the homie at Groovy Mind. Up next is the homie on Wooka. Got a chill summer barbecue type of vibe with this one. Extra produced my partner Xavier. This is the first track we worked on. I have a full project. Okay, full project. He also throws down with some bars. The production is vintage. Hope you'll dig it. I am down. So on Wooka, a very talented hip hop artist, has been killing it with lyric videos. We've showcased pretty much all of them here on Music. All been fantastic. But they submitted a track this week titled Extra. I'm with it. Let's see what we got. We don't often listen to singles from On Wooka. I think we've only had a couple, you know what I mean? So this will be really cool. 3 years ago, which is even crazier. Obviously not super brand new, but super old either, right? So let's get into it. On Wooka, Xavier, Extra, let's go. 3 years ago, facts. Not new, but not like ancient. Cover's crazy.
I got the old school vibe styled with the new decor. A silent wild child when the dude was born. They spitting mild while I'll be a true storm. Got the light in when I'm striking, leave the track tore. And I don't mean that I grew corn. They brag about their Mac, but I swear I can't see the broad head. It's not a Sue Storm. You eat like a dog, I'm with the sorceress. I'm in a unicorn. See me blowing in the open like a porpoise is. Of course it's itch, stay rocking like groups of oars. They say my mind has a mutant core that helps me kill it while your bottom billing hit you with the mutant bored out of their mind. Since when they bounce into mine, it's like they were grooving to a point. I told you I scoop a score, and the crowd straight hype. And when they see Big Wook on the board, stay on point. I ain't gonna be losing my form. Funky and fresh, this I am the fusion that formed. My people are met with confusion and scorn. I grind to give them a boost from the norm. Flavor juice with the orange Julius, but like Julius Irving, the way that I'm wording, and it still goes in. Then I go ooze and blow, straight leak under the dough for show, you know.
Definitely a really solid, like, old school feel for sure.
You hear my sick ooze and the blow. You see the dude with the fro. I got a groove and go. Player mode, I like the way I scoop and sco. Y'all ain't really hoop with someone like a rook before. You hear my sick ooze and the blow. You see the dude with the fro. I got a groove and go. Player mode, I like the way I scoop and sco. Y'all ain't really hoop with someone like a rook before. Yeah, my phone can belabor. You wanna savor. Nobody else could cook it up. But watch me Bobby belabor. Drag in the bag, those cats see me roll up like the cuffs of a blazer. Moving weight like a tow truck. Been grinding all day by myself like I was a bummy gamer. You can expect the bars, not even Betsy Ross keeps it sewn up like me. You know these chumps be lamer than a junkie's fingers. They're moving and grooving. The crowds are looking like some dummies displayed up. I slay and prey on them with my cunning behavior. See these boys in the world that try cuffing to pangas. Pot's spoiled with this girl, call that Dame Daenerys, man. She breaking a chain, so don't front and claim her. I'm ducking the lane, bros. I'm the funky player that wanna lay up. Yeah, I wanna lay up with the broad so hard that it turns into a dunk. If you know what I say, bruh. Going on these kids are like a Vader saber. Crown Wooka, baby, that's a bunch of labor. While your voice ain't heard like they just cut your data. You know the boy murk with my mouth like I'm deep 80 for real. You know they say word when I say words. My mind's in my flavor. You hear my sick ooze in the flow. You see the dude with the fro. I got a groove and a go. Player mode, I like the way I scoop and sco. Y'all ain't really hoop with someone like a Ruka before. You hear my sick ooze in the flow. You see the dude with the fro. I got a groove and go. Player mode, I like the way I scoop and sco. Y'all ain't really hoop with someone like a Ruka before. You hear my sick ooze in the flow. You see the dude with the fro. I got a groove and go. Player mode, I like the way I scoop and sco. Y'all ain't really hoop with someone like a Ruka before.
Definitely
You hear my
gas.
sick ooze in the flow. You see the dude with the fro. I got a groove and go. Player mode, unlock the way I scoop and sco. Y'all ain't really hoop with someone like a Ruka before.
Wow. Okay. Fantastic. Especially it being longer too. Another one pushing like the 5 minute mark. That was quite the track. That was quite the track. But it was filled with a lot of like clever bars and a lot of like kind of like relaxing vibes almost as well. You know what I mean? So well done. Well done. All right. Let's talk about it. So, we're gonna talk about three things. We're gonna talk about the instrumental, and we're gonna talk about vocals, and we're gonna talk about the overall theme of this track. So, we got the homie on Wuka on here, Xavier. So, instrumental, very much like their description said. His production is vintage, very vintage. I like that word, vintage, retro esque, kind of like classic hip hop, right? But it's not like ancient, right? I don't think the drums are ancient or anything like that. More so the style of it, right? So, production's great all around. Mix is solid, nothing clashing too overbearing. It has that like old school kind of feel to it, but I mean, it's meant to be like that. You know what I mean? So, instrumental mix definitely right where it needs to be for sure. Um, Instrumental shining star. Um, hmm. You know, probably the melody. If I really had to pick, I think the drums are up there, but the melody is like definitely bringing this like old school like summer. It's like the barbecue picture on screen, right? Like summer kind of vibe, right? So, um, definitely a very solid instrumental all around, but I'd say melody for sure. Um, let's see here. Okay, so instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix. Onwuka again has this very solid, raw, natural voice, right? So they do really well when it comes down to most tracks because they can kind of hit this level that you know certain artists like have a harder time doing, right? When you have like a solid natural voice like this, you definitely don't want to go crazy with the processing. I mean, you want to do what you can, right? But you don't want to go like super overboard with it. And I think Onwuka definitely hits that like middle ground of like letting their natural voice shine, right? But also like um, making sure the vocals are um, high quality. Just a little elbow grease here or there. Um, but vocal mix solid. Vocal shining star. Um, the flow and cadence for almost 4 minutes is really crazy. Um, hmm. Writing is up there, but to be honest, it's got to be flow and cadence for sure. It's got to be flow and cadence, 100%. Um, yeah, writing's a close second, but flow and cadence is crazy, especially for like 4+ minutes. Um, okay, so instrumental solid, definitely the melody, vocal solid, flow, cadence, and delivery. Let's talk theme. Um, Aesthetics. Love the summer backyard vibes. I also would have took a picture of this chicken. I'm not gonna lie to you, Chief. I think that's chicken. But I definitely would have would have took a picture of this for sure because that is fucking crazy. Or it could be turkey, right? Like turkey legs. Either way, it looks gas. So has that like summer backyard barbecue kind of vibe. You know what I mean? Much like the song. So it really fit. Overall theme, I wouldn't say that there's like a standout theme, right? It very much had this like cipher freestyle s kind of feel to it, right? Just 4 minutes straight, all bars, no hook. You can really take in an artist's like writing ability, right? Like how good can you fucking spit? You know what I mean? How good can you write, kind of thing. And we kind of knew that Onwuka could anyway, but this is like one of those like, oh, you make music and then you show them this and you're spitting for 4 fucking minutes straight, bro. It's crazy. So yeah, this is one of those tracks that you want to take on for its lyrical and writing ability. rather than try to dig for a theme for sure. But well done, my friend. Huge shout out to Onwuka. Make sure you go follow Xavier on SoundCloud. They're 2 followers away from 20. And of course, make sure you follow Onwuka on Twitter. They are 8 followers away from 770. Show them some love over there. Bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of upload. Of course, we upload 2 times a week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, boost segments, a whole lot of good deals available. So make sure you go check out everything on the Music Mondays channel and go show these artists some love, man. If you already have been, thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays, baby. Let's fucking get it. So, continuing on, my friends. Up next, we got the homie Liz, aka a very, very talented manager for a few artists, and they submitted Money Dance by the homie T-Rock. Now, this is a first-time submitting artist. It'll be very interesting. Let's pop this open a new tab and see what we got. So we're going in blind. We know nothing from T-Rock. This is the first time that they've been on the show. So let's dive in. I'm down.
T-Rock. I've been rapping, get the vacuums when you trapping. Touchdown, I got the pack and turn the whole thing to a fraction. Load the clips up with some passion. Buckle up, bro, shooter. Turns V. Talk too much and shit get tragic. Belt to asses, I'm the pack before you mail a triple rap. Before the rap and living lavish. I'm a savage with that deuce. Way before I was 21, been known to knock a tooth fluke. I'm in this bitch with Bluetooth. We connected like some Bluetooth. Been trying rap and still get acting active as I used to. Double rapper, triple rapper, whatever to get that bitch through. I stop trapping, still got action. Been through what we've been through. So nigga, what's the issue? I've been flipping, you been flopping. No pat down, I got the Glock and Hoochie Rock the trend the topic. Got a man, she still
Guy from Texas? I'm not sure. Let's see.
Brand new chain is hitting.
No bio.
Designer when I'm shitting, might get proper at the dentist. Blow a racket to a Linux, babe, don't tell no one my business. I've been grinding, trying to get it, be the first to touch a million. You're my cousin out the can, you ever touch a bloody band? Turn up shipment lane, you ever do a money dance? Touchdown number 1, just turn me up, I do my money dance. If you get money, turn us up and do your money dance. Nigga, turn me up, don't give a fuck, I do my money dance. For all the niggas out there, turn it up and touch the rubber bands. Drive fast to a dash, okay? Turn it up, get cash, okay? Bad little bitch, she bad, she shake that ass, I throw that cash, okay? Bad little bitch, she good.
Big shout out to Texas. Texas has a lot of talent. Has a shitload of talent.
Coach, I'm getting paid. She do the most, I get her way. She picture post like every day. I'm going, she getting laid. She want a dose for mama made. I'm okay with it. What the thoughts made in the dojo, that with these chains hit. Neck, ear, wrist, had to tell you, you know her range glistening. First thing first, I'm still first, but I know that they ain't listening. Sleeping while they ain't with it. They broke so they can't pay attention. Touchdown number 1, just turn me up, I do my money dance. If you're getting money, turn us up and do a money dance. Nigga, turn me up, don't give a fuck, I do my money dance. For all that nigga out there, turn it up and touching rubber bands.
Man, okay, that was a really, really solid first impression, man. Sometimes with first time submitting artists, I always keep an open mind, right? Because they could be coming from like any genre, they could be producers, they could be making trap, rap, R&B, alternative shit, you know what I mean? So I like to keep an open mind, but this was like exceeded expectations, right? So well done, super solid. I agree, completely super solid. Okay, let's talk about 3 things. We're going to talk about the instrumental, we're going to talk about vocals, and we're going to talk about the overall theme of Money Dance. So, instrumental. I love this instrumental. Has that like old school kind of trap feel. Well, I wouldn't say old school, but it's definitely more modern, but it reminds me of like organic trap. You know what I mean? Like the real trap, like no like alt trap, no like trap metal. Like this is a real trap. You know what I mean? So, I'm big on the instrumental choice for sure. Instrumental mix. I mean, how could I have any gripes with this? 808 smacks, vocals sit nice, nothing clashing to overbearing, nothing that really like stood out to me as like super off. Yeah, no gripes here, especially the drums. Like the drums are like even more gritty, bro. Like even more gritty. So, yeah, instrumental mix very solid. Definitely right where it needs to be. Instrumental shining star. You know, I like the melody right? Like I feel like the melody is very memorable here, but I would say drums. To be honest with you, drums are nice and gritty, fast paced, keeps up the energy. I love the drum selection. Sound selection in general is really great here, but for me, definitely the drums. Drums are up there for sure. So instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix. Actually really solid. Especially for like a first time submitting artist, right? Like sometimes again, like I go in with no like with no assumptions, right? Like we're just like, okay, like what are we about to hear? Let's get it. And this mix is absolutely fantastic. Really brings out like the rawness of their voice, but again, much like a couple of other artists we spoke about tonight, it's more cleaned up and more flush and really gets the job done. You know what I mean? So has that nice middle ground to it. So vocal mix very solid. Vocal shining star. Hmm. Vocal shining star. You know, I really like the hook. I feel like the hook is something that would stick with any first listen, especially the hook. But writing in general was like a pleasure to listen, to, right? Because there's a lot of fun bars here. There's a lot of like serious bars here. But for me, to be honest, I feel like the hook is very long lasting. So definitely the hook. Um, so instrumental solid, definitely drums. Vocal solid, definitely the hook. Um, let's talk theme, aesthetics. This is a crazy, crazy kind of cover. Cause it kind of brings back that like old like high school vibe for sure, but it's also very much like on point for the track, especially for something called Money Dance, and it mixes in that like IRL um photo aspect as well. So very solid, especially for a single, right? So, well done, well done. Let's see here. So, overall theme, Money Dance. I mean, it's pretty much in the hook, right? I wouldn't dig too hard here. This is another artist that you definitely want to appreciate their lyrical ability and actually rapping. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot to dissect here. But again, it's pretty much in the hook. It's very much a hype, energetic, get money kind of track. You know what I mean? And everybody likes those. You know, so everybody has at least one of those in their library. You know what I mean? At some point or another, like you've either intentionally or accidentally made a song like this for sure. So, well done, well done. Huge shout out to T Rock and Liz. Make sure you go follow T Rock on Spotify, and of course, make sure you follow Liz on Twitter. They are 7 followers away from 80. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 280 subscribers. We upload 2 times a week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good ads. So go show these artists on the channel some love. And if you already have, thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate you here at Mondays, my friends. Let's get it. So, up next, we have the homie Brayden. Now, this is another artist who actually had 2 songs on Carrying Case of the Month, 1 collab and 1 solo. So huge shout out to Brayden for your submissions. But of course, this is another consistent artist, man. Like very, very consistent and super, super talented. They submitted a track titled A, Prod Caesar 2K. Album's out now. Graduated 2. Oh shit! I'm down. I'm down. Okay, let's get into it, man. I'm always down for some new Brayden. So let's see what we got here. All right, 3 days ago. So this is super, super new. This came out the same day that Carrying Case of the Mondays Collection 2 came out. So you got blessed with a lot of Brayden on that day, okay? Full album and 2 more tracks. Sheesh, man. All right. Brayden, A, Prod Caesar 2K. Let's go. Okay. This is about to be cooked. Let's go. Let's fucking get it. So what's crazy about this is Braden has had this like real like insane like jerk-esque style trap direction that's like way more blown out and way more like louder and it's crazy to see, right? Because like I grew up in that like New Boys era. New Boys was like popping when like I was in middle school, you know what I mean? Like that was like the thing, you know. So it's really crazy to see this kind of style come back, right? Super cool. Super cool. But let's get into it, man. We're gonna talk about three things. Talk about the instrumental. We're talking about vocals. Talk about the overall theme of a relatively obvious theme, as you could tell. Let's talk instrumental. Instrumental mix, great. I like this blown out kind of like crazy feel to this because it's not like going overboard, and it like adds more to this kind of song, right? Because it's not like exactly like from like 2012 like jerk beat. You know what I mean? Like this is very much like a modern like jerk-esque trap-ish, you know what I mean? Like it's really blending the line. So I feel like this is really solid when it comes to the mix, just because I like that style, you know, especially for this. It's fast paced. It's almost like new. I'm not even gonna say it. It's crazy though. It's very crazy. So instrumental mix, very solid. Instrumental Shining Star. Probably the structure. I mean, I like the drums a lot, but the structure was just like how there's the preview in the beginning, you have the dry spot, and then it drops back in, and it's just going for like the next minute. Actually solid. Actually solid. I like the structure for sure. Drums would be a close second though, for sure. So instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. Vocals. So vocal mix. Braden's an artist that has like a really wide range of mixes, right? They can do a lot of styles, and they've dipped their toes into a lot of styles, and they've done a lot with their work, right? So when it comes to this mix, I feel like it's right up where it needs to be for this kind of track, right? Because again, Braden can like switch their styles up for pretty much like almost anything, you know what I mean? But when it comes to like this one in particular, I like the mix. It very much has this like fast paced kind of like in your face feel to it, you know what I mean? So well done. I like the mix a lot. Vocal Shining Star. Hmm. You know, probably flowing cadence and delivery, to be honest. Like how all these lyrics were delivered was you were just like, okay, like it grows on you. You know what I mean? It's one of those songs that like maybe you might not like it at first, but it grows on you regardless. Like personally, like I enjoyed it, but it grows even better, which is like holy shit. Um so hmm. Yeah, probably flowing cadence and delivery. Definitely. Um, so instrumental solid. Definitely the drums. Or no, I'm sorry, the structure. Definitely structure. Drums are a close second though. Vocal solid. Definitely the flow and cadence and delivery. Let's talk theme. Aesthetics. Braden's been going with this like very blue-esque kind of style recently, like that I always talk about, man, and it's super great. Super great. They tend to just switch it up every now and then and, you know, kind of lean into different aesthetics, and I think this one was like super knocked it out of the park, like super for sure. Um, for a project, absolutely. Very tight. Has this like ambient kind of look to it, right? And it's very consistent with the previous art, so it's like okay, like I see the vision. See the vision. Um, overall theme, I mean, very much like a turn up party track. You know what I mean? Like it's quite literally here. Hey, yo, we're gonna fuck the club up. Hey, you know what I mean? It's a very like solid turn up track, especially like listening with the homies, partying on a Saturday or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like I could see this coming on and the whole party like knowing it and being like, oh shit, you know what I mean? It's totally one of those like for fun kind of songs. You know what I mean? And I think Braden does really well with those. And like if they're making this kind of shit, you can tell that they're having fun. You know, and that's the number one shit with this. Like you could work as hard as you want, be as consistent as you want. All that other bullshit goes out the window if you're not having fun. Believe that. So you need to focus on enjoying yourself and putting out shit that you like to listen to. And like people say that and they're like, well, I like to listen to my music all the time. No shit, but like, are you fucking having fun with it though? You know what I mean? Like that's not what that means. You know, like something that you just put out and you just can't wait to play back. You know, and you're like, oh shit, you know, da 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 da. So I feel like shit like that's like very important. So well done, my friend. Well done. Make sure you go follow Braden on SoundCloud. They're 3 followers away from 320. And of course, make sure you follow Braden on Twitter. They are 7 followers away from 70. So go show them some love. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of our YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel. We are approaching 280 subscribers. We upload 2 times a week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, all that jazz. So go show these artists on the channel some love, man. And if you already have, thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays. Let's get it. All right. Up next, we got the homie Emily Thorsby. I mean, up next, we would have had the homie Jordan, but Jordan also got played very first in the show. So make sure you go show Jordan some love and watch back the show when it gets uploaded, man. Go show Jordan some love. But of course, up next, we have the homie Emily Thorsby. It's been a couple of weeks since we heard from LME. I believe the last time we've heard from them was, I believe the last time we heard from them was probably like a couple months ago. It's been quite some time. Slanted, what's good? I hope you're well. Welcome on in, my friend. Happy Monday. Let's get it. Let's see here. So Emily, a very talented vocalist, submitted nice. I'm soon out with a new song, "Fake Love" by Emily Thorpe. What do we have, a pre-save here? Man, what am I supposed to do with a pre-save? What am I supposed to do with a pre-save, Emily? I mean, feel free to drop the song when you release it, because we'd love to react to it for sure. So huge shout out to Emily. Thank you so much for your submission, my friend. We can't wait to hear it when it comes out for sure. Actually, when did it drop? I'm kind of curious. 28th, so about 4 days from now. I believe like this Friday? Yeah, that's this Friday. All right. Well done, Emily. Okay. Let's see here. So, up next we have the homie Offspring Mysterious. Now, Offspring, a multi-talented creative, quite literally does everything from production to video editing to photos to writing, graphic design. Literally, a talent of all trades for sure. And they submitted a YouTube video titled "Special Delivery." Welcome to our new edition of cover art reactment videos, but this time it's for cover art I made over the last 4 years. Oh shit. Okay, I'm down. We getting a little art. Okay, I'm with it. All right, let's get into it. Offspring Mysterious, Special Delivery. Let's go. Valuable asset, new Keyblade. Chips. That was a W shot. That was a W shot. I love these outdoor shots. Oh. Wait, this is cool. This is gonna be a cool concept. This is gonna be a really cool concept. Especially for some of the older pieces. Okay. I see the vision here. I see the vision here. Especially showing the art at the end kind of, puts it all together, right? Like, you're getting, like, the full idea of, like, these concepts. I like this a lot, especially for the older pieces. This is a great way to, like, again, introduce people to, like, a lot of the older shit. Like, I think this was, like, really fucking solid. Leading up to the end, I didn't know how it was gonna end, but this is one where I'm like, okay, bro. Okay, I see you. I see you. All right. Let's talk about it, man. So let's break this down a little bit. So, Shining Star. I've always been a fan of a lot of Offspring's post-processing, for sure. But I feel like the whole concept as a whole is going to be really crazy for their library. Like, really, really fucking crazy. Because you're watching this, like, 2-3 minute journey, right? And you see Offspring and the Walking Onslaught's universe in action, right? So you're watching it, and you're like, okay. And then some of these shots actually end up on the cover at the end, right? So it's just like, wait a minute, like, okay. So this motherfucker is actually getting the most out of their content, like, bar none. Because you are not only filming and getting to upload this, right? But you're also keeping up these concepts for some of these art pieces while doing videos. Like, you get all of that in one go. So that's why I feel like the overall idea of this is very much there. I like this idea a lot. This is definitely something I'd like Offspring to do for 100%, without a doubt. So, with that said, huge shout out to Offspring Mysterious. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much, much love. Make sure you go show love to Offspring on YouTube. They are 2 subs away from 220. So, of course, make sure you go show them some love over there on the tube. And, of course, make sure you follow Offspring Mysterious on Twitter. They are 9 followers away from 900. So, make sure you go show them some love over there on the Bird app, my friends. And, of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube. Of course, make sure you subscribe. Because we quite literally upload 2 times a week, every Thursday, every Saturday, full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, whole lot of good jazz over there, man. So go show these artists in the channel some motherfucking love, baby. Let's get it. All right, chat. That's gonna do it for the kid, man. In episode 179, I have a meeting that I have to attend to in about 1 hour, so I'm gonna go get ready for that. And we're gonna give some shout outs, talk about what's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next week or so, and all that good jazz. So you guys know the drill. Get into it. All right, let's show some love to everybody. Let's say some goodbyes. Let's just show everybody some genuine love. Alrighty, my friends. Huge shout out to everybody. Wait, let's give chat some love here, bro. Let's give chat some love here. So first off, huge shout out to Dry My Eyes for kicking it and coming through, man. You're fucking amazing. Thank you for your submission as well. Huge shout out to Bananas. They came back with a 37 months at tier 1, man. You're fucking a dog and a legend, and I appreciate you, and we will talk this week. Feel free to DM me or anything like that. And thank you so much. Welcome back. And of course, huge shout out to Pleasantly coming through with a motherfucking 41 months. I love you. Huge shout out to P-Dog. Thank you for the support. Again, we'll be talking later. That's crazy too. And of course, again, huge shout out to Dry My Eyes, man. You were just kicking it the whole night, just fucking straight vibes, all chill. Yeah, I love that, baby. And of course, huge shout out to Slanted coming through at the very end. What's going on, my friend? I hope you're well. So huge shout out to everybody that submitted as well, tuned in and showed love. Huge shout out to the homie Johnny Smoke, Single Digits, Sam's Raps, Ryland Activity, Groovy Mind, on Wuka, the homie Liz, Brayden, Jordan, Emily Thorsby, Offspring Mysterious, Mike Body, Insomniac, Marco Pernice Music, Slanted, I Say, Dry My Eyes, Jordan again, and the homie Chronic. Let's go, baby. Okay. Alrighty, my friends. What's coming up on Music Mondays over the course of the next week or so? So you guys know the drill. Episodes or submissions will be live for episode 180 of the Music Mondays podcast tomorrow. So make sure you follow us on socials. Stay tuned for updates and all that other good jazz. You guys know the motherfucking drill, man. And of course, per usual, SoundCloud Sunday submissions will be open this Wednesday as well. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that. We have a lot of moving parts going down at the Music Mondays platform right now. So trying to get everything set for July before June ends at least. You know what I mean? So per usual, expect a new article this Friday as well. But most importantly, submissions for episode 180, like I said, will be live tomorrow. Make sure you follow us on socials at All Music Mondays, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that good jazz. And this episode will be uploaded on all audio platforms this Thursday, and it'll be on YouTube this Saturday. So make sure you go subscribe and go stream us on all audio platforms, man. Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, all that good shit. Anchor.fm/All Music Mondays. We got all 179 episodes on there right now. So make sure you go check that out. And huge shout out to everybody that came through and showed love tonight, man. Very interesting Monday for sure, but let's fucking get it, baby. So make sure you follow Music Mondays on socials at All Music Mondays, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Tumblr, you name it, we're there, we're chilling. So go shoot us a follow and all that good stuff. Of course, make sure you follow the channel here. I'm literally streaming like 5-6 days a week. So make sure you come by, stop, say hi. We're gonna be getting back into some games here on the channel relatively soon. So lots of good vibes. So follow, subscribe below, and huge shout out to everybody once again, man. You guys are amazing. It's been your boy Zom Slays. We'll see you tomorrow and next week for episode 180 of the Music Mondays podcast. Stay tuned, be safe. I love you guys. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow.